this is the warm-up regimen that we use at SoCal. It's really highly recommended that you get your body warmed up and loose before we start engaging in our drill sequences and practice routines. We don't want to pull ourselves or risk too much injury, so getting all the blood going to the body and get yourself loose and limber is really important before you engage. So this one, it doesn't take that long to do, and it's got a lot of the points that we like to hit before we get out there and do sword fighting. So I like to start working kind of almost top down. So the first thing I like to do is start loosening up my hands. We have a little stretch where you take your thumb of one hand and put it just right on the pulse of your other hand, and then you just lightly push just a little bit. You notice I'm not cranking on my arm. I'm just pushing lightly just to get a nice little stretch into the top of my arm as I just give it a little bit of a push, and we hold that for about 7 seconds. Right? And then after about 7 seconds, we're just going to pull up on the fingers in the very same fashion. You know, I'm not yanking, I'm not bending the elbow, I'm just lightly pulling back on my hands. Right? Again, I count about 7. We do that a couple of times. We just push down on the top of our hand and pull up. You notice that my arm and shoulder are loosened forwards and extended. They're not sitting down. Everything's out in front. I'm just pulling up about 7 seconds. We do that a couple of times, and then we just take the hand we're stretching and we turn it palm up so that now our wrist is pointing up, and we're giving just a little bit of a push, just a bit towards the bottom, just to now stretch out the other side of our arms. Right? And we do that on both of our arms. Just a little bit of a push on the hands, about 7 seconds. Right? And then back up for 7 seconds. I'm also not necessarily standing stock still while I'm doing this. I'm kind of loosening up my feet. I'm getting everything rolling. There's no reason for me to be standing still with my feet while I'm doing this. I can get the whole rest of the body moving up. I just want to make sure my shoulders are extended and loose. I'm not tucked in. I'm not bending down here. The more I can get my shoulders out, the more that upper body's going to get kind of stretched out. Trying to count to 7, and then we do a little bit of that. So after stretching out the hands, I like to stretch out my arms, and in this case I'm going to start with my stretching out my right arm. So I'm going to take my left hand, put it on my right elbow, just above my right elbow, and I'm just going to, again, I'm not cranking, I'm not pushing, I'm just giving a little bit of a squeeze just to kind of get the stretch in the back of the arm there. Right? Again, I'm going to hold it for 7 to 10 seconds, just enough. Get it nice and loose, and then go back, do the other one. And again, I'm not standing stock still with my feet, keeping my feet moving, loosening up. I can start to practice a little bit of the footwork that I'm going to be doing. Right? And if you want, this is up to you, you can also do one of these overhead stretches. You put the elbow up in the air, you touch the back of your shoulder blades, and you just give a little bit of a push. It doesn't need to be a lot. You're just giving a light stretch. We're not doing anything fancy, and we can do that with the other arm. Okay, after the arms, we're going to do a little stretch on our back. We're just going to go forwards. We're going to flop down, bending forwards so our hands go and touch the ground. Don't keep your legs stock straight. You can bend your knees if you want to a little bit. We're really just stretching out the back and a little on the top of those hamstrings. Just down. Nice and easy. Exhale so that you get a nice, good stretch down towards the floor. And you can hold this for a little bit, 10-20 seconds, just so you feel good and relaxed. And then as you come back up, you don't want to rush. You want to just come back up nice and slowly, trying to feel the alignment of your vertebrae as you straighten your torso, putting your head right on top of that alignment. And then we do the reverse of this stretch, which is to take our hands, put them behind our back, into the small of our back, and what we do is push down with the hands and push up with the sternum. Not our chin, we're not reaching with our head, we're reaching up with the sternum right here. So we push down with the hands and reach up with the sternum, so you'll pull yourself onto the front of your feet, onto the ball of your feet, off of your heels. You just pull yourself and stretch down with the hands, up with the sternum. Exhale. Hold that for just a little bit, and we're done. After the upper torso, we want to make sure we get our lower body, and so we're going to start by just making small circles with our toes, right? So we stand on our left foot. In this case, I'm going to start making small circles with my toes, just both directions. I want to make a nice little circle, stretch out that ankle, get it moving a few times, both directions. Once I got that, I want to use this hinge of my knee, and I'm going to make circles both directions at my knee. Now I'm not moving my ankle, I'm just letting the foot hang as dead weight. I'm using my knee, turning at the knee, and then we lift the whole rest of that thing into our hip, stretching big circles, rotating our hip backwards and forwards, getting a nice good stretch. If you have to put your foot down during this time and then keep going, that's okay, right? The idea is to get the hip moving, and you can practice your balance and building strength on one foot, but if you have to put your foot down and then keep going, that's fine too. Just try to get that hip as open as possible. And then here's a little thing, this is like a bonus extra for people who have that balance down. After you've done that one leg, you can just plane forward. It's called as the Superman. You stay on one foot and you just straighten everything forwards. I'm going to bend that knee, suck down to that knee, straighten my body as much as I can, and then come back up. And then I'm just going to switch legs. Now I'm going to make little circles with my left foot. Just at the toes, I'm making the circles. I'm going to go both directions, just loosening up that whole ankle. Both directions, and then we move that into the knee, making circles with the knee, both directions. Again, if you have to put your foot down, right, and then come back up, that's okay. We're not testing and nobody's getting graded. This is all about them moving in the hip. It's all about just getting that stretch going, getting your body moving. We're building a little bit of strength as we do this, and balance. It's all about what you can do, and if you want, you can give that nice straight plane. This next part that we do really starts to warm up the body. We're going to do a twist with our body that starts at our feet and aligns our whole body as we go. So it's really important that we do this in proper alignment, and also with the right expansion and contraction of the body. The way we're going to do this is we're going to start on the balls of our feet. We talk about the balls of our feet a lot, but what we really mean with that is the front half of the foot, so that we're not rotating in the ankle, but we're rotating on the front part of the foot, so that the ankle can move smoothly. We want to be on the balls of our feet pretty much in everything we do in this class. So we're on the balls of our feet. We're going to take our non-primary hand. We're going to send it over our primary leg. So in this case, I'm taking my left hand, send it over my right leg out to the side. I'm going to rotate on the balls of the feet so I'm now aiming over my right foot. I'm going to stretch over my right leg so that my knee and my toe sort of bend over each other, and I'm supporting all of that in my body. For me, I let my other hand go backwards, so my right hand is going back, and then I bring both hands into the contracted middle, and I'm going to expand my right hand out over my left foot in exactly the same way. Notice that my knee and my toe are still in alignment. I don't want to be twisting one direction or another. I want knee and toe in alignment. I don't have to be going not a full 180 degrees. It can be kind of like a 160. It doesn't have to be a full 180 rotation, but I want to keep up that motion going side to side. So stretching, contracting, stretching, contracting, stretching, contracting, stretching. And I want to match my breathing. So I'm exhaling on my expansions and inhaling on my contractions. And once I've got this, I want to make sure I'm smooth and I'm not bobbing up and down. So I don't want to be doing this. I want to make sure I'm rotating smoothly side to side and not bobbing up and down. If you get this going really well, you can add on to this in more advanced fashion by either upping your speed or changing your levels. Making sure all the time you're breathing appropriately to your expansions and contractions. So we'll up our level just a little bit. If I want to go faster, but again, don't overdo it. It's more important that you find your nice alignment and get that nice stretch in your body than that you go fast. But this will get your breathing going and it'll get your body going. So usually at SoCal, we do a little bit of like a walk sprint drill after the twists. But most of us aren't going to have room for that, so I really highly recommend you get something sort of get your heart rate going, whether you want to do jumping jacks or some other sort of run in place type of things. One of the things I like to do is something that's taught to me is Hindu squats. In Hindu squats, we start with our feet shoulder width apart. Again, we're on the balls of our feet. We're going to pull our arms towards us, and that's when we inhale. And then as we send our arms down, we send our body down, and we exhale all at the same time onto the balls of our feet into a squat, and then we just pull back as we come back up. So we inhale, then we exhale as we go down, and then we back up, we inhale, or we back up, and now we inhale as we pull our arms back in. So it's inhale, exhale, up, inhale, exhale, up. And you do that a few times. Just get your body going. The first few are going to feel really fine, and then after about 10, you're going to be like, how long do I have to do this? I recommend, 20, 30 seconds, just whatever it takes to really get your heart rate going and get ready to go right into our drill set. So that's our warm-up routine, and that's a good place to start. It shouldn't take you too long. Get all your little bits loosened up, and then we get ready to drill.